The offerings of the festive season usually means travel for some and cashing out on new stylish pieces for others. Our Norman Manley International Airport is an ideal world-class travel facility. Plus, the work continues to make all our aerodromes just the same. And when you land, there's a bonus, a chance to experience the creative hands of our local jewelry makers. That's pretty much a summary of today's show, but the details are just as captivating. So welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I'm Theodore Henry. Our true Jamaica experience from sky to land begins now.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, December 15, 2021. The Disaster Risk Management Act has been amended to allow for an extension of opening hours for markets, bars, and gyms. From December 10 to January 13, the opening period for markets will be 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Saturdays. They will, however, be closed on Sundays and public holidays.
Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, markets will be permitted to remain open until midnight, Madam Speaker, in keeping in the same order that was announced by the Most Honorable Prime Minister last week. Vending in public arcades and public transportation centers have the same operating hours as markets.
Village bars, taverns, and gyms will close at 9 p.m. over the period, except on Christmas and New Year's Eve, when they will be allowed to operate up to midnight. In the meantime, Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie is warning that the ban on parties, nightclubs, round robins, and other such gatherings is still in effect. The minister was updating the House of Representatives on Tuesday. He says no permit will be granted for any such staging by the municipal corporations or the police.
We are going to be working with the authorities to ensure that any breach under these regulations that ban these events, we will be out, Madam Speaker, to ensure that we get compliance.
Minister McKenzie explains that while the measure may be unfavorable, the enforcement under the Disaster Risk Management Act is necessary as the country is still battling a public health emergency due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He urges everyone to be responsible so that the country can continue on the path of improvement into the new year. In other news, Transport Minister Robert Montague has announced that the school train system will begin operating the first Monday in January 2022. During yesterday's launch of the pilot program, Minister Montague revealed that the service would roll out with 3 engines and 6 coaches. The train is scheduled to leave Old Harbour at 6:30 in the mornings and arrive in Spanish Town at 6:55 a.m. Another will leave Linstead at 6:20, getting to Spanish Town by 7 a.m. Minister Montague says the service will largely benefit students on the Program of Advancement through Health and Education path.
I am very happy and proud of my ministry, proud of my people, proud of the collaboration that we were able to work together for the interest of our children and the nation's future.
Once the trains arrive in Spanish Town, the JUTC will take students along the routes to Jose Marti, Jonathan Grant, St. Catherine, St. Jago, Innswood, and Spanish Town high schools.
The railway service is ready, the JUTC is ready. One thing is for sure, that no matter how many students arrive on the morning of going back to school by the train service, the JUTC will have buses, more buses available to carry all the students to ensure that they reach their schools on time.
Special needs students from the Lister Mayor Gilby High School for the Deaf are now better able to access online learning opportunities following the donation of 8 more tablets to the institution. The donation reflects a collaborative effort of First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union Limited, FHC Foundation, and the National Education Trust. Education State Minister Robert Morgan thanked the donors for their contribution to the ministry's One Laptop or Tablet per Child initiative.
I'm certain that the students who receive these tablets today will be immensely thankful, and it will go a far way in assisting them in their education.
Approximately 23,000 devices have so far been donated to children under the One Laptop or Tablet per Child initiative. 400 high school students from 30 institutions across the island will sit the 2022 CSEC Industrial Technology Electrical Exam free of cost. It's thanks to a $1.55 million grant from the Jamaica Public Service JPS Foundation. The funds were handed over to the Overseas Examinations Commission on Tuesday at JPS's head office in New Kingston.
With this year's commitment, the JPS Foundation has now made a total investment of approximately 10 million Jamaican dollars through the CSEC Examen grant since its introduction in 2016. Over 2,700 students have now benefited from this program.
Education Minister Favour Williams lauded the company for the donation, which she says is in sync with the ministry's objective of making a skills-based course mandatory for all high school students.
We have been placing greater emphasis on project-based and problem-solving learning with science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics STEAM being integrated at all levels of the school system. This is intended to allow our learners to have hands-on experience that is similar to real-world situations, making the learning experience less abstract and more concrete.
And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is committing his government to lead Jamaica towards becoming a republic. The move would follow that of Barbados, which recently removed the Queen as head of state and placed a native as president.
We have put together a plan to move towards that in such a way that when we do it, it is a meaningful, substantial transformation in function and form. That is what we're going to do.
Mr. Holness adds that government is prioritizing the institutional issues that will ensure the country's full political, economic, and social independence.
We have to deal with crime and corruption. We have to deal with poor infrastructure. We have to deal with social alienation caused by poverty. We have to deal with the transformation of our education system so that we can produce students who are emotionally intelligent.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
My job is to ensure that every man, woman, and child maintain good health at all times.
Our primary function is to ensure that government services are delivered effectively and efficiently.
We are building forward
together.
Our tourism industry is booming as it trods the path of recovery, and our airport operations remain smooth despite COVID-19. If your gateway to Christmas in Jamaica is the Norman Manley International Airport, then here's what you can expect. Wait, don't leave your mask.
Welcome to the Norman Manley International Airport, your gateway to the Caribbean and the Americas. It's Jamaica's principal business and visiting friends and relatives access point, providing a wide range of services and amenities to meet the needs of the most discerning traveler. The Norman Manley International Airport provides a distinctly Jamaican experience and is a first-class facility characterized by efficiency. Through the departures experience, travelers have access to the fully automated Park and Fly extended parking facility, the Red Cap Porter service, which provides courteous luggage assistance from the curb to the ticketing counter. Spacious, inviting, and modern, the ticketing hall provides services from 13 airlines And for convenience, the automated self-service easy check-in reduces wait time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have passengers on flights here from several destinations. Panama City requires special assistance. The board now is engaged in.
Savor your last moments in Capital Kingston by relaxing with family and friends, or with a memorabilia from the photo station. Choice, convenience, comfort. The Departures Lounge provides an all-inclusive package reflecting destination Jamaica. Through the variety of savory and spicy meals, specialty duty-free shops, and the airport art displays, a positive passenger experience is created. Club Kingston provides a secluded relaxation space for both leisure and business. The lounge affords a cultural experience reflecting Jamaican hospitality and luxury. Similar services can be accessed through the Club Kingston VIP Arrivals Lounge. Local and international travelers have the opportunity to acquire, select high-quality goods at exceptional prices through expanded duty-free shopping to either grab that memorabilia that defines a milestone or a gift for that special someone. The passenger pier provides access to immigration and customs services available 24 hours daily. For convenience, a customer service post is on site and automated check-in options. To guarantee minimal delays in the customs procedure, 3 processing options are provided. Nothing to declare, items to declare, and passengers for special consideration, including children, the disabled, and elderly. Travelers can access support services through the hospitality desks located in the transportation hall. Ground transportation, car rental, tour operators, and hotel accommodations can be arranged through this multi-purpose facility. The Arrivals forecourt provides an aesthetically pleasing environment with covered seating, a food court and bar. It is here that passengers are greeted with a true island experience, a very cool jelly coconut from the Jelly Man. Located on a picturesque peninsula and bordered by the 7th largest natural harbor in the world, the Norman Manley International Airport continues to provide modern air travel conveniences with 14 aircraft gates, which can accommodate the Boeing 747-400, 2 remote stands, and multi-level departures concourse. Based on its strategic location, Norman Manley International Airport is capitalizing on air freight services through its state-of-the-art cargo and logistics center. This allows the airport to contribute to Jamaica's increasing role in the global air cargo trade. Safety and security is priority for the Norman Manley International Airport. The advanced security system for passenger and luggage screening is part of the layered approach adopted to ensure passengers are safely transported to and from their destinations. Effective, safe, and reliable general aviation services are also key to enhancing the traveler's experience and expectations. From arrival to departure, a high level of management systems and processes ensure that the general aviation services provided are equivalent to worldwide standards. For over 70 years, with over 130 international flights per week, the Norman Manley International Airport remains committed to providing travelers with an exceptional Jamaican experience through its world-class transportation hub. One capital, 2 coasts, 1 connection. The Norman Manley International Airport is your Kingston gateway to the world.
Even though COVID's still a keep, do a nice thing for your peeps. Check out the JIS Christmas catalog and stand out from the crowd. Get an original holiday card or calendar for your clients, suppliers, partners, and associates at home and abroad. Send an e-card anywhere. Customized cards are also available. Order your affordable holiday package today. Contact the JIS Research and Publications Department. Call 876-926-35904, 876-552-9006, or 876-551-1214. Email printprodassist@jis.gov.jm or visit our website at www.jis.gov.jm.
The Norman Manley International Airport is just one of our avenues to an elevated travel experience. Now, hear me out. We want all our airdromes to replicate what you'll experience there. So our Transport Minister has some big budget plans for some big ideas. Here they are.
With regards to general aviation, I think it is the first time for such a long time, Captain, that so much activity is going on in general aviation.
It's easy to let our imaginations run to just over a century ago, when the aviation industry was learning to fly. Today, while it flies much further, it's showing us how it underpins social networks, using its wings to bring economic growth, jobs, international trade, and tourism much closer than ever before. It's truly the same for Jamaica's aviation industry, and the expansion of our air transport industry is non-stop. Safe to say that the future for local aviation is taking off. Having recognized how aviation advances mobility and impacts development, government has big plans to further develop our airports and aerodromes.
Our police officers are getting a first world facility at Ian Fleming.
Over in St. Mary, Transport Minister Robert Montague dangled the key for a newly constructed police station at the Ian Fleming International Airport to serve the airport and the neighboring communities. So if you're flying this route, your security has already been prioritized.
At Ian Fleming, we spent some $48 million on this building. And it is giving us 2,500 square feet of space, moving from 750 to 2,500 square feet for the hard-working men and women of the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
But that's just one step towards developing the Ian Fleming International Airport, because the Airports Authority of Jamaica is scheduled to spend an additional $100 million to create a new fire station and expand the sewage facility at this airport.
We can't be moving to expand and attract business, and we can't treat with the sewage. So we are making that investment.
Safe to say that for many Jamaicans, the Norman Manley International Airport may feel like a sufficient enabler of global business, a nicely packaged aviation feature. But developments for this airport are also taking off.
The Airports Authority is investing in Jamaica. We are investing some $550 million into the Norman Manley International Airport in doing some expansion work and also doing the seawall protection.
Added to that, there are also plans to extend the runway so that path where the wheels of Metal Bird meet the ground is marked to become just a bit longer. Of course, there are those from all corners of the world, tourists who just cannot wait to land on the brightly lit tarmac in the northern part of the country. The Sangster International Airport has become famously known as tourism's main entryway to Jamaica, and that runway too is scheduled to be lengthened, along with other major improvements for the area.
At the Donald Sangster International Airport, we are spending approximately $70 million. Let me put it out there quietly. $70 million US dollars. To not only improve the runway and lengthen it, but most importantly to me as minister, to expand the arrivals hall.
Our travel continues to the southwest end of the island, to the parish reputed as the breadbasket of Jamaica, St. Elizabeth. Here you'll find the more private flights via the Lionel Densham Aerodrome, and this too is to undergo many developments to meet the future needs of aviation.
A lot of persons never even realize that there is a little airport in St. Elizabeth. We are about to spend $100 million to overlay the runway and to put in a little terminal building, because that now is our investment in opening up the South Coast tourism.
This is our largest domestic airport, seated in the popular fast-paced streets of Kingston. And so far, about $20 million has been spent to fix the runway, put in a pilot's lounge, and purchase new firefighting equipment for the facility. But the upgrading continues.
Now we are moving to complete the fencing along the train line at Tinsupen.
Domestic flights continue to be facilitated on the airstrip of Ken Jones Aerodrome, found just 10 kilometers off the town of Port Antonio, especially seeing how pilots can now enjoy a newly built pilot's lounge.
We also are working to complete the fencing on that facility, and of course we have to paint it up. The chairman insisted that the thing have to look good so that when people pass you feel good and understand that Jamaicans are invested in Jamaica.
So while air, land and sea remains the pillars of modern mobility, it's safe to say that aviation has truly been at the forefront of the movement, grabbing the labels of reliability and good speed. And of course, all this is being continued with the plans our government has to develop the future of aviation in Jamaica.
There is so much available to us in general aviation, and we are making use of it.
You'll now meet some Jamaicans who are skilled at making jewelry from these simple things you can find in the environment. As you consider some things to gift others this Christmas, this feature may provide some help.
Droplets of beads, creatively designed metals, painted wood, all handcrafted to adorn the neck, face, or limbs. Made from natural resources found on the island, local costume jewelers are designing a niche for economic empowerment.
Natural handbands. These are like from lucky seeds and RSI, and these bracelet is from copper with seed mixed in. And we have bamboo handband. We have leather handband over here, and we have wallets, sandals, and pipes and chalices. Natural, all handmade right here in Jamaica. I've been doing this business for over 40 years now. I've traveled all over the world, and this is the business that I do. This is my living, and I'm very proud of it. I was working at the post office for 18 years, but in the 18 years at the post office, I learned this trade. I'm self-taught. That's what I love about this. I think about a creative piece, and I manifest it with my hands. And that's what I love about it, manifesting what I think.
So we have two lines here. We have one called the Heavenlies, and then we also have another line that's completely made out of paper, crafted from scratch. hand-painted by a fine artist and varnished. And that one is called Inspired by Nature. And if you look at it, you'll see things that remind you of sunsets or hillsides and mountainous reliefs and fruits and flowers. We have some freshwater pearls, we have shells, we have upcycled, I would say, materials that we used to make the earrings, so paper. So, and we do a lot of seeds and shells. I work a lot with shells. So those sorts of things.
I'm telling you this, we don't know how rich we are. We're a very rich country. I'd love if we could concentrate on developing our skills and using our local product and advance. We are so rich that it's confusing sometimes to see what we're doing, so much stupid things. Killing each other, robbing each other. We don't have to do that. We have everything here. So we need to just concentrate and focus and be positive and use the things that we have, because we have a lot.
Just be more mindful of what you're doing every day and what you're using every day. You know, paper instead of plastic, that's kind of, you know, the stereotypical answer, but really thinking about where you're buying your products. Are you buying things that are locally made? Are you buying things that are imported more than the locally made?
For much of today's show, we have been talking about airport travel, especially as we're seated right within the Christmas season. If you have plans to fly soon, here are a few tips on what to expect for an easier flying experience. Number 1, still wear your mask. Even if you're fully vaccinated, it doesn't mean you should throw away your mask supply. Some airports provide complimentary masks and hand sanitizer, and many airlines distribute disinfecting wipes upon boarding so passengers can clean their own area, just as an added measure of assurance. Number 2, empty seats are getting fewer. You can expect flights to be more crowded during this season. That's partly because the effort many airlines have made to block middle seats between passengers during the early stages of the pandemic have retracted. Number 3, travel requirements continue. Some restrictions like full vaccination or negative COVID-19 test result are in place, especially for international travel. Several airlines are making it easier to get tested with airport testing options for passengers available. Remember to keep up with the COVID-19 regulations in your country of destination. Our 30 minutes journey is never enough to share all the plans and initiatives of our government, and that's why we've added a plethora of content on our YouTube channel, which you can check out. There's also more content on our website, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages, which can be accessed at any time from virtually anywhere. From all of us here at the JIS, I'm Theodore Henry. See you soon.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.